Hello and welcome to the Squad Unreal Engine 5 development kit. So this is going to be how you can make a mod and how you can upload a mod. To do that, once you've downloaded it inside the Epic Games launcher, you go to the store, you'll search it. So there's two different ones. So this one is the one that is on the current branch. And then the editor public testing one is actually the one that I like to use. This is the one where it gets updated about a week or so before the OWI ends up pushing out the next branch or something like that. So that way you can go in there and check your mods. You can cook them, see all the errors that you need to see. But just for this tutorial right now, we're just going to stick to this. Once you open it up, this is what it's going to look like once you get inside. To make a mod, you're going to go to the modding hub. So let's go ahead and do a modding test. YouTube. Description. And you don't need to worry about making a super long description here. You can just do like a basic description. And once you go into the Steam profile side and go to the workshop side, you can actually change the description there. And anytime you upload or load and edit your mod, it won't change the description on it. That way you can just keep it simple. Right now, I'm just going to go to pictures. I have a generic one that I use. And then you're going to hit create. So what it's going to do is going to create it inside. It's going to open up a new content browser. It's going to create it right here. But there's nothing in it. So the thing that we need to do is add stuff to it. So let's add a new layer to it. So you go to File Creation Tool. If you don't know this where this is at, you'll see it in the documents in the Discord. And you'll be able to kind of go over everything, what it does, how it works. But for now, we're going to do a layer template. And we're just going to make a new layer. So we're going to template off of the Albrasra. So let's do our layer ID. Layer ID is can be anything, but I like to keep it all my context and syntax is pretty standardized and common throughout my entire modding experience. So we'll just do test underscore Albrasra. I'm going to save right in the middle of it. Underscore AAS underscore V1. Done. Then we'll find the path. Go to plugins. Scroll all the way down and you're going to find your plugin. We test YouTube. And you're going to hit run creation tool. And this is going to take a long time, so I'll see you in about a minute. Alright, and we are back. So Albrasra is going to take a long time because it is OWI's first attempt on making a PCG map. Albrasra used to never look like this. It kind of similar to it, but it was a different map back then. I think OWI did a phenomenal job on this map right here. So let's go into what we just did. So the file creation tool is going to make you a layer folder itself. And in that folder, it's going to have the 3 different items in it. So if you want to change a map name, you can go into the layer table and you can say, okay, Albrasra, and I usually like to do a bar and then test. Right? Then you can hit save, and now your map is now named as that. But wait, so you got to go back down into here. There's 2 spots that you have to change it into. You can do the map change, so that's when you're like loading into a map, you'll see it. But there's also a HUD, the display title. You have to change it here, and you can do that. So there's a bunch of different other things inside this world settings that you can do. You can change out the default pawn class, HUD class, player, controller, game state, player state, spectator class. I usually don't mess with any of these. I keep it pretty simple. I'm now working in map rule sets, which I could show you into another video later on. I wouldn't mess with changing any of the mini maps or anything like this. This stuff comes up on every single layer. So if you're going to make your own layer, this is where you would generate your own mini map. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to look inside the layer data asset. So inside this asset, it's going to have all your teams. It'll have your team 1, and it'll have who can be in it, all of the faction setup types, which you can go over later, team 2, which is going to be, MEI, obviously. And then you can change your tickets, your player percentage, kind of go through all of this and understand what is doing what. And then you have your factions list. So, and it might look, it's different, slightly different to if you're using another map, but on this particular one, it only uses one factions list, and both teams can pick from this faction list. So you see here, none. I'm going to delete that. That's where you'll add in extra things. And so where you get like the faction list, if you go inside the faction, you can search it. The faction ID is what you're going to be using. So I'll show you an example on another mod that I'm actually building out right now of how to add these in. Now, if you wanted 2 factions lists to different teams, so you wanted blue on one side and red on the other side, but you don't necessarily want like an invasion map. Like you necessarily don't want you want attackers be red 4 and you want defenders be blue 4. How you would do that is you would separate factions list, and you'll enable that, and it'll pull up another factions list, and then you can just add on as many as you want. So right here, you would put WPMC, the type, you can add air assault, or however you want to do it. But we won't go over that right now. So let's go back. We're going to go back to our thing. We like this, how it's all set up. We can actually change. I don't really change the level ID at all. You can if you want to, more than welcome to. I usually just change the 2 spots that I showed you at. So it's going to be down here in the display title. You can add it here. And then also on this, you can add it here. So it'll pop up just like this. And then you can go in there and add. I like the bars and hit test. So we'll go ahead and save that. It's going to take a minute to save, depending on how your computer, if it's fast or slow, or if you have loaded this already. Usually what I like to do is go in as soon as I got the editor, going from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5. I went through and I created a mod that had all of the layers, and I opened up every single layer, and that loaded everything into my cache. That way I can load things a lot faster. Once you do it the first time, it's going to take about 20 to 30 minutes, but after that, it's going to take about maybe less than 5 minutes to load up your entire layer that you need to load up. But I'm going to let this load, and then I'll see you in a minute. And now we're back, so it's unloading. So now what did we do? We created a mod. We created a layer off of a template. We made it to our path, and now it shows up. So what do we need to do after that? Well, we need to go back into Modding Hub. We'll go into Load and Edit. We'll find our mod. You'll find the MI, and you're going to hit Open. As soon as you do that, this will pop open. You'll hit Modding Hub. Go to Share. You can add your tags now, so we'll just hit Map Layer. You're going to hit Package. And so this mod is going to cook. This shouldn't take too long to cook, but we can watch the output, see what it's doing. Alright, and we are back. So welcome back. So once you're done cooking it, you'll see down here where to display. It's going to say starting mod shuffle file, and once it says modding shuffle completed successfully, that means it is cooked successfully and we can go ahead and upload it. So where to define that upload, you're actually going to tell you right here, archiving to squad, mod SDK, your mod name underscore undercooked. So go back to modding hub. We're going to hit load and edit. We'll actually go back to squad. We'll go to mod SDK, test YouTube, cooked, test YouTube.mi. Once you do that, now we can upload it. So you'll close out of that, reopen modding hub, hit share. You'll have to do your tags again once you're done cooking it. So do your tags again. So it should automatically pull it back up. Make sure it's selected, and then you'll hit upload. Here you'll hit change your change code. You can do your things added AS there, and hit OK. Now at this point in time, it might ask you to sign in, or it might automatically pick up your Steam profile. If it asks you to sign in, just sign in. Once you're done with that, upload it completed successfully. You can close that, go back to Steam, go back into Workshop, scroll down. You can go to My File, Your Files, or you can go back up here, search Squad, go to Squad, Workshop, Your Files, go to Test YouTube. This is the one that we just did. It's going to automatically go into Unlisted. You can set to Hidden, Friends Only, Public. I wouldn't set to Public until you're completely done with the mod and it's polished, or you're ready to start testing. So you can go into Squad, do the admin change layer command, and you can load up your mod that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to subscribe. You can go in here and see your change notes. Now, if you want to add anything, so you can go into here, you can change your description. So anytime now that I upload this, it'll never overwrite this description. So you can just leave it there. And then your title will always come up as your name. I would just put a space there and then hit save. Go back. Now you can search up like how to format your descriptions with like different headers, stylizations, fonts. You can use URLs if you want to. Just gotta Google search that. You can find that. And then you can add your images. You can add your videos. Other than that, I think the only thing that we need to do is just test. Alright, so if you get to a point to where you open Squad and it doesn't launch, and it says game is already running, so you hit close, go to Task Manager, you'll scroll all the way down until you see Unreal Editor and Task. Once you're done, and that you'll see it in Steam. You'll go back to blue, and you can open up Squad. Okay, so now once you're inside Squad, now we can go ahead and change it to our layers. So we'll hit Admin, change layer. We started with test Al-Basra AAS V1, and then we'll start loading up into that. And that's where the layer ID I think comes in play, is where the Al-Basra is at. And then obviously you'll see exactly where it is, and you just load up into your custom current layer. You can see that up here. Anyways, it's down here, current layer. And there you go. Now you have a mod, you uploaded it, you created it, and now you have your first layer.